Perhaps, upon hearing the name of Egypt, the first thing that comes to our mind is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, the 3 pyramids of Egypt. Egyptian pyramids are one of the most prominent works of the ancient world and are considered a symbol of civilization in ancient Egypt. The Egyptian pyramids were built because Egypt was one of the richest and most powerful civilizations in the world. These pyramids are among the most magnificent structures built by mankind throughout history. The most important of them shows the unique role that the pharaoh had in the ancient Egyptian society. The construction of these pyramids lasted from the beginning of the Old Kingdom to the end of the Ptolemaic period. And after more than 400 years, it still maintains its greatness and attracts many tourists.
Please subscribe to support the channel and comment your opinion. Let's go to the video.
The Egyptian pyramids are full of mysteries, and their discovery works so that they are still seeking to discover the wonders of the Egyptian pyramids. But with the passage of time, they have discovered and found many secrets by studying and searching. The technical power mixed with legends and superstitions led the pharaohs to build these interesting and strong structures, and it has been proven that these pyramids are one of the most impenetrable architectural structures ever built. So the idea that you have seen everything about the Egyptian pyramids is wrong, because there are many things to discover that we don't know, and future generations will discover them. 1. Not all pyramids were pointed. All pyramids were not created equal. In fact, just like many types of buildings, there were different stages to the construction of the pyramid. Contrary to our imagination, the early pyramids did not have pointed structures and were actually flat, which became pointed over time. 2. Most of the pyramids were built west of the Nile. Ancient Egyptian culture is full of symbolism and superstitions that guided their decisions. Therefore, it is not surprising that even the location of ancient pyramids is guided and determined by mythology. Most of the pyramids were built on the west bank of the Nile for a specific reason. Since the ancient Egyptian pyramids were the final resting place of the pharaohs, it makes sense that they would live where their souls could begin their journey to the afterlife. 3. We are still trying to figure out how to make them. One of the greatest mysteries about the Egyptian pyramids is the construction techniques used for them. The incredible masterpiece of the Egyptians becomes more fascinating and outstanding after realizing that more than 2 million large blocks of limestone and granite were used to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. 4. Egyptians used astronomy for construction. According to an English Egyptologist, the guiding stars were in the arrangement of the pyramids. Their measurements were so accurate that only half of them are wrong. It is interesting that with this information, it is possible to determine the date of the pyramid using astronomical records. 5. The ancient Egyptian pyramids were not built by slaves. There is a long-standing theory that the Egyptian pyramids were built by slaves. This theory is actually not true. There was a Greek historian named Herodotus who published this theory in his writings. This concept and theory was then promoted by Hollywood. In the 1990s, the tombs of the pyramid builders were discovered. Egyptologists are pretty sure they were stolen, and the builders were mostly from low-income and poor families. 6. The Great Pyramid can determine time. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not only the most famous pyramid in Egypt, but also the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world that is still standing. The Great Pyramid is one of the most famous, but one of the most interesting features of this monument is that it can also tell time. The structure actually functions as a very large sundial. Its shadow tells the time by falling on the marks made of stone. In addition, the Great Pyramid has more features and complexity and helps the Egyptians in defining the solar year. And this feature makes it more amazing.